And it's good to see some good baseball play.
Yeah, and the Vikings are really doing it, and they're a pretty young team.
They are a young team. They only have one senior on the team. What's ironic about this team is nobody expected them to do it. You know, I think North and South was getting most of the pub this year, but West Vigo proved them wrong.
There they go.
Good evening, folks. Steve DeGroat and the number 2 ranked West Vigo Vikings aren't having problems finding teams to play. After the 13th ranked team in the state canceled their trip to Terre Haute, the phones were lines were buzzing with interest of playing this best team in the state, well, the second best team. Today, the Vikings welcome to town Evansville Memorial for a double dip at Viking Field. West Vigo trailed by 1 run in the bottom of the 7th when Jason Wiggins slaps one into right. That scores Ryan McCarthy. Vikings tie the game up at 6 apiece. Later, the bases are loaded for Barry Warren, and can you believe it? He gets a free pass to first. That scores the winning run. Folks, West Vigo takes game 1 7-6. They improved their record now to a perfect 19-0 on the season. Now in game 2, it came down to the bottom of the 7th inning. The coach's son, Casey DeGroat, hits the game-winning home run. West Vigo is now a perfect 20-0 on the season. We can't wait to see what the polls say. Hopefully the Vikings can get the #1 ranking in the state. Also, the field.
Boy or girl, later poll.
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball. Best team in this area. That's what we're starting with. Good evening, folks. The West Vigo Vikings continue their pursuit of the top spot in the state baseball rankings. They improved to 21-0 tonight. Now they need Muncie South to beat Richmond tomorrow night, and then they should jump into the #1 ranking. We hope that happens. Vikings against Fountain Central tonight over in Green Country. West Vigo got a great pitching performance tonight from Rob Schallberg. This guy was in control on the mound. We've talked at length about the Vikings offense, but here's part of the reason they're #2 in the state. It's their defense. Runner trying to score from second, but Kevin Egley on target with the throw. Nice tag from Nick Serber. And the Vikings do it with defense tonight as they go on to an 8-2 win. Final score was West Vigo 8 and Fountain Central 2. The Vikings are now 21-0 on the season. And considering the Vikes are #2 in the state, it should come as no surprise that they are #1 in the local poll. Patriots are second as you take a peek at the top 5 of the West Central Indiana Coaches Poll. Other scores tonight, high school baseball.
At the bottom of the screen.
Really do.
Let's go over to Jason for some baseball.
Yeah, some baseball. We keep thinking that there's got to be a night when West Vigo's luck is going to run out, but then a night like tonight, we're reminded how great they are. Good evening, folks. It's been a perfect season so far for the West Vigo Vikings. 21-0, the second ranking in the state baseball poll, and tonight they tried to move 1 notch closer to finishing the regular season with an unblemished record. The Vikings at Northview tonight, and they get it done. They improved to 22-0 on the year with a convincing win over Northview, 11-2 the final score. Rockville, a 1-run winner over Riverton.
A lot of baseball today because it's not looking good for the future.
No, it's not, but some great action out there in West Terre Haute, and we'll see if they can just keep it going. Good evening, folks. The West Vigo baseball team has been mowing down the competition left and right this year. They've already beaten North, South, and Northview, as well as the other 19 teams they've faced this season. Let's start with the Vikings as we go surfing through the valley.
I'm Bob Warren, and I'm out here watching the West Vigo Vikings and my son and his friends try to continue a big winning streak. It's a great day, and you're surfing the valley with News Channel 2 Sports.
Thanks, Coach. 2 more teams standing in the firing line today in West Terre Haute. Game 1, the Vikings taking on Kankakee Valley High School. It didn't take long for West V to take control. Casey DeGroat, you can churn butter with that swing. It not only goes over the fence, but it appears to hit the school. Nice wood for Casey. Runs were not a problem in Game 1 as the Vikings jump all over the visiting Cougars, 13-4. So the Vikings stand 23-0 going into Game 2 against Riverton Park. Some good pitching. TK Harden strikes out the Panther batter. Smooth sailing for TK in this one. Bottom of the first, Stephen Fell on third base. Nick Serber, the solid slap to short. They get the force at second, but Serber beats the play at first. It allows Fell to score, give the Vikings an early lead. And 19 runs later, the game was done. John Wiggins gets 3 hits as the Vikings improved to 24-0. The final, West Vigo 19 and Riverton Park 9. The Vikings' next game is Wednesday.
Baseball club is hot.
Boy, they are, and they're local, which is great.
They won again. I don't believe it. West Vigo is stealing the headlines. The Vikings are the second-ranked team in the state, and now they're 21-0 because they beat Fountain Central. Let's go to the highlights. Bottom of the 5th, game tied at 2. Casey DeGroat hits it deep to left. That ball's out of here. A 3-run home run. Vikings take a 5-2 lead. From there, it was a hit parade. West Vigo goes on to win 8-2. They are now a perfect 21-0. Let's check out the local high school board. North Vermilion shuts out Chrisman. Frank Gibson, a 1-hitter. Clay City beats Bloomfield 3-1. To talk about?
West Vigo doing very well.
Indeed. The number 2 ranked team in the state is now 22-0. Tonight, the Vikings blow out Northview. Let's go to the highlights. pick it up in the second inning. No score. Senior Andy Johnson at the plate lines a single to left, and the Vikings take a 1-0 lead. Then Jason DeSanto at the plate right here is going to watch the pitch go back to the backstop. Rob Schallberg comes in, and it's 2-0 West Vigo early on. More offense by the boys in green. Stephen Fell lays down the bunt. The pitcher is going to go to first, and a smart play by DeSanto. He comes in from third. West Vigo wins it 11-2. They're now 22-0. Elsewhere in the area,
Now, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Vikings always seem to be the underdogs when it comes to athletics.
Exactly.
And now they are really making their mark.
Yeah, and I think what's so impressive about this team is, you know, they're 22-0, and nobody expected them to do it. 3 seniors on the team, so it's a great story right now.
Good evening, folks. Past week, the IHSAA announced the pairings for this year's baseball sectional. For Steve DeGroat and the second-ranked West Vigo Vikings, there's no easy road that can lead them to the state championship. Today, the Vikings play host in a double dip against Kankakee Valley and Riverton Park. Casey DeGroat comes up, and he's going to center up the middle. The ball's going to be caught, but it's deep enough to score Andy Johnson. Vikings going to lead the contest early 6-4. Now in the fourth, Johnson's up again as he lines the ball off Kankakee's third baseman. That scores John Wiggins. West Vigo, well, they win game 1, no problem, 13-4. Now for game 2, West Vigo hosted Riverton Park. T.K. Harden was on the mound. This young man is a sophomore. He freezes the batter. West Vigo doing it on defense. Remember the motto, self-defense turns to the offense. As Brian Warren comes up to bat with 2 men on, he hits the pitch. He likes up the middle, scores 2 as West Vigo sweeps this afternoon's doubleheader. The Vikings now go to a perfect 24-0 on the season. Also today's Southford.
Father-son. Seems a little strange seeing, it's not strange seeing all the DeGroats out on the field, but it is when 2 are on one side and the other one is coaching
Kind of like the Civil War.
Almost. There may be a Civil War in West Terre Haute. We're not really sure yet. We'll double check on that. High school baseball action this afternoon. It was a family affair out in West Vigo as the Vikings host North White. Father against son, Corey against Steve DeGroat. Viking against Viking. First, fly ball drops in front of the center fielder. North White scores. It's 1-0 Vikings. But T.K. Harden would get out of the jam with the strikeout right there, the end of the inning. Then the Vikings of West Vigo come back. Double right center field wall. North White would also get out of this one. After that double, he left stranded there on second. But here they come. Fly ball will be mishandled. Barry Warren will score. And then, oh my, the dam broke. Casey DeGroat and Kevin Egley each would have grand salamis. Treese likes that one. West improves to 3-0. 13-1 win for West Vigo.
There would appear to be nothing special about a West Vigo baseball game against North White High School. That was until this season. Those two teams met this afternoon. It was not, rather, just West V against North White. It was DeGroat against DeGroat. Corey DeGroat, the new head coach at North White, coaching against his father, Steve. And Corey watched T.K. Harden pitch a tremendous game, complete game for T.K. Close for a while until the other DeGroat, Casey DeGroat, breaks the thing open. It's a grand slam over the wall in left field off the house. He is unstoppable. He gets the home run treatment from his teammates. And later in the game, Kevin Egley, also with the bases loaded, he does the deed as well. Another grand slam, and that was the ball game final. West Vigo 13, North White 1. The Vikes are 3-0, and still Steve DeGroat had nothing but praise for his coaching son.
It was pretty awesome. It was very, I loved it, and I'm just proud of the job he's doing, and thought his ball club really came ready to play and played us just tough and tight, 4 innings, and got a good swing of the bat and got some good hits, and we were able to break it open. If not, they played well enough to beat us, so pretty proud, and but again, it's different and kind of nervous.
On a roll, playing some good baseball right now early in the season. They were 24-0 last year in the regular season. They're 6-0 right now.
Wow.
30 in them straight, if you can't add that way. It didn't take long for the West Vigo Vikings to show South Putnam today. They're one of the best teams of the state. Steve DeGroat will give the old thumbs up over there to Kevin Egley. And the junior will deliver right here. Top of the first, base hit, opposite field. He'll score 2. Vikings up on top by the score of 2-0. Later in the first, this young man had himself a whale of an afternoon. John Wiggins will send that pitch deep to center field. Tony Nichols, get to the fence. No, can't make the play. Casey DeGroat scores. Egley will race in right behind him, but check out the slide by Egley. It isn't picture perfect, but you don't get scores because it looks pretty. West Vigo wins at 15-4. Wiggins on the day, 3 home runs and 7 RBIs.
Count on is the West Vigo baseball team to score a lot of runs, and that was the case again tonight. West Vigo visiting South Putnam. The Vikings were 6-0 coming in. They can pitch, they can play defense, but what makes this team so fun to watch is that literally every guy in their lineup can pound the baseball. As a team, they pounded 16 hits tonight. John Wiggins himself had 3 home runs, a double, 7 runs batted in. West Vigo beats South Putnam 15-4 the final score. If you're going to watch the Vikings play this year, you better get to the game on time because the dreaded 10-run rule is going to make their games really, really quick. The Vikes will go for the Putnam County sweep tomorrow when they play host to the North Putt Cougars. High school softball, Nate.
You know, West Vigo's so hot, you got to wear shades.
You have to. I mean, it's just,
look at that.
They're unstoppable right now.
Green shades.
Green shades, you got them right there. See, they're right there. There'll be a fashion statement within 2 seconds, probably. That's about it. West Vigo Vikings realize they had a bullseye on their jerseys every time they take the field. But tonight they hosted North Putnam. This one would be a little close for a while to West Vigo. Steve DeGroat, little team meeting out on the mound. He's set and ready to go. Kevin Egley on the hill. The strike him out. And the throw him out. Nice throw there by John Wiggins. Barry Warren with the tag. They go to the second inning. Casey DeGroat up. He'll rip it. 2 runs will score right here. Josh Lee and Warren come around. West Vigo up on top. Here comes Warren getting out in there. DeGroat at third base. And then Jason DeSanto laces the single to center field, scores Rob Schulberg, and West Vigo needs a big 5th inning. They go to 7-0 on the season with an 11-3 victory this evening. To the scoreboard, we
not blame all of Putnam County if they never wanted to see the West Vigo baseball team again. The Vikes tonight complete the Putnam County sweep. They beat South Putnam last night, and this evening they did the deed to North Putnam's Cougars, although the Cougars did not go down without a fight. Kevin Egley pitching, and despite the fact that Egley and Casey DeGroat combined for 12 strikeouts tonight, North Putt gets a 2-run base hit, but we have made mention of the fact that the Vikings are close to impossible to shut down over a long period of time as North Putnam gets a couple of runs. Casey DeGroat knocks in a pair of runs at the plate with what amounts to be a triple, and West Vigo rolls to yet another win, 11-3 the final score from the Green Palace. Vikes improved to 8-0 on the season. They just keep winning baseball games. Tough challenge facing released earlier today. West Vigo remains the top-ranked team in Class 3A. They were supposed to play the 4th-ranked Sullivan Golden Arrows. That game, as you might have guessed, was a washout. And in Class 1-9, high school baseball, the West Vigo Vikings showed once again how truly deep and talented they are. Unbeaten so far, the Vikings tonight won for the 9th straight time to start the season. West Vigo hosting Speedway under the lights, and West T, those Gnats just gnawing at Steve DeGroat at third base. Day or night, TK Harden has proven to be simply an outstanding starting pitcher for Steve DeGroat. He gets himself out of an early jam, and in the home half of the second, John Ridenauer, the 8th hitter in this lineup, belts out his first homer of the year, 3-run shot. Casey DeGroat, Kevin Egley, and Barry Warren all had 2 runs batted in. TK later got a hit in his first at-bat of the year. Final was West Vigo 14 and Speedway 2. Back, the West Vigo Vikings are one of the top teams in the state of Indiana, and it doesn't matter what class you're talking about. And the fact that West Vigo is so good and so loaded makes the pitching performance tonight of Terre Haute North's Dusty Wrightsman that much more impressive. Great game tonight between the Vikings and Patriots from over at West Vigo. Scoreless game into the 4th inning when Casey DeGroat changes that with one swing of the bat. He's so smooth, so tough to stop. He belts out a solo homer, one of the few mistakes made by Dusty Wrightsman on this night. And the best part of being a pitcher is hitting, since you can help your own cause, as Wrightsman did. At the top of the 5th, he lines a base hit. 2 Patriot runners cross the plate. North takes a 2-1 lead. The Patriots showing all kinds of emotion tonight. But you want to see why West Vigo is so tough. The 9th batter in their lineup is TK Harden. He fought off numerous third strikes, and he too cranks out a base hit. Harden ties the game at 2 with a single to center, and we stood tied at 2 into the inning number 6. When Little Sturm comes through for the North Patriots, he delivers the RBI base hit, gives North a 3-2 lead. And on this night, on Dusty Wrightsman's night, the Patriots did not need any more than that. Bottom of the 7th, check out the defense behind Wrightsman. Nate Myers dives, stops, fires to second for the out. Wrightsman gave up just 3 hits in 7 innings against one of the best offensive teams around. Patriots won it 4-2, and after their lengthy celebration, the Patriots said the reason for their excitement was that they understand they beat a truly outstanding team tonight.
Tell you what, Jason, Dusty had one heck of a great ball game tonight. He stayed composed. They had some good players out there. They've been hitting the heck out of the ball, and I'll tell you, as you can tell, these guys are really excited because he turned in a great West Vigo team. Don't let anybody kid you. They're going to kill some people before the end of this season. I tell you, this was one hard-earned win, but that was a great, great victory tonight.
You know, I thought TK pitched a very good game. He's one of the best pitchers in the county. And, you know, West Vigo's a very good team. You know, they're #1 in 3A, so you know, I thought it was a very good game.
All right.
3A, West Vigo opened up their Vigo County schedule tonight in the rain. They play host to crosstown rival Terre Haute North. Out to the Vikings home turf. Both clubs throw a little leather early on. TK Harden to my man Robert Botts, and Botts drives it deep. But Jason DeSantos there for the over-the-shoulder catch. Patriots move him around but could not capitalize. Dusty Wrightsman though. John Ridenau with the ground ball. Check out Nate Myers. A la Ozzie Smith up the middle. Nice play. To the third. The matchup, Wrightsman, Casey DeGroat, and DeGroat wins this one. The Auburn University signee takes it school. But West Vigo's 33-game regular season winning streak over the last 2 years came to an end tonight. Behind Wrightsman, the Patriots top the Vikings 4-2. Over to the scoreboard now.
Oh, see you later. Michael Lowe plays long ball. It's over the fence for a solo shot. That puts the Vikings up 10-3 in the 7th. West Vigo goes on to win game 1 10-5. They also won game 2 12-4, so the Vikings now 11-1 on the year. Their only loss to Terre Haute North. South Vermilion at Northview.
One other note going in, Seattle leads the Lakers 26-19 in the second quarter. Kobe Bryant not playing in that one. Over to high school baseball now. The West Vigo Vikings, with just one blemish on the record, played host to the Owen Valley Patriots. Tonight out of West Vigo we shall go. Kevin Egley getting things going, throwing just straight gas right there. Chris Spillman on the strikeout. Still in the first though, Egley with a little defensive help. He'll force the ground ball over to Barry Warren. Nice play. He'll step on the bag, and here come the Viking bats. And Warren will get it going. He'll single down the right field line. Jason DeSantos will come on in to score. Then we go to the second. DeSanto up and out of there. He went yard, rang the bell, a 2-run blast. It was 4-0 at that point, and West Vigo now 12-1 on the season with a 15-0 win in 5 innings. Over to the scoreboard.
Said last week he didn't mind losing to Terre Haute North as long as his team got better from it, and so far it appears that's the case. The Vikings won for the 3rd time in a row following that loss. West Vigo tonight taking care of the Owen Valley Patriots. Patriots in the patriotic red, white, and blue. But it was the guys in green doing most of the damage with the bats. Kevin Egley, big night at the plate. He had 3 hits, also knocked in 4 runs. His grounder got through into left field. That scores Casey DeGroat from second base. The other guy who had a great night was Rob Schulberg. Rob also knocked in 4 runs. He went 3 for 4. Also homered and doubled. You get the picture. West Vigo wins at 15-0 the final score. The Vikes are now 12-1. Next up for the Vikes, the Big 4 tourney set for Saturday. High series 2-1.
There's no jamboree in baseball, so they did the next best thing. North, South, West Vigo, and Northview in the Big 4 tournament for bragging rights. First game, South against the host Vikings as Northview watched from the track bleachers. West V would lead 3-2 when TC Clary goes deep off TK Harden. So in essence, TC was better than TK on that play. The 3-run ding-dong puts South in the lead. The Vikings get some great defense courtesy of Barry Warren. Leaping grab to steal a hit from Jamie Hibbs. At the plate, West Vigo couldn't solve Matt Samuels. He throws a complete game and knocks in a run. West Vigo suffers just their 2nd loss of the season. The final South 7, West Vigo 3, 11-2 to the board. There's South's win in the consolation game. It takes 8 innings, but West Vigo avenges last week's loss to Terre Haute North. Casey DeGroat 5 of 5 with a homer in that one. And the championship game is just underway.
South is on a tear. Last night they win a thriller over North, and today they rack up a win over West Vigo. We start off with the catch of the year. Watch Barry Warren at shortstop. You're not going to believe this catch. Fully extended, makes a catch and hangs on. Here's the replay. Watch this grab. Just unbelievable, but the Vikings couldn't stop the Braves' offense. Quint Manili, the RBI single off Casey DeGroat. That will score a run. South takes a 6-3 lead in the 6th. Then Matt Samuels, the pitcher, goes the other way. Kyle Kramer's club up 7-3 at that point. Here's the end. Samuels is going to fire it. Strike 3. Terre Haute South wins it 7-3. In game 2, Northview in black all over Terre Haute North. Jesse Trunnell waves at it for strike 3. On the Patriots side, Chris Farr not as effective on the hill. The curveball is ripped to left for the base hit. That's going to put the Knights up 6-0. They go on to win easily 11-2. So it'll be Northview and Terre Haute South in the finals later.
Baseball, a battle of 3A powers. West Vigo played host to Sullivan. We go out to West Vigo, top of the 6th inning, and we've landed on Mars. Score tied at 6. The wild pitch by Casey DeGroat. John Wiggins, though. The slide gets Joey Davidson. What a bang-bang play there at the plate. And Wiggins comes up again. Well, check it out. Egley, though, on the pop-up. The left fielder slips, falls in there, bases loaded at this point. And then Wiggins will become the hero for the Vikings. He'll take the curveball downtown. He goes yard, and West Vigo comes from behind, down 6-1. They win this by the score of 10-6. Other scores from today.
On tap at West Vigo, where the Vikings played host to the Sullivan Golden Arrows. Arrows led early thanks to some nice D. Kevin Egley trying to score. Sturley to Ridge was on target. Great throw. Egley out at the plate. Todd Phillips with the bases loaded helps the Arrows erupt for a 6-1 lead. He ripped that ball. Bases, as I mentioned, full of Arrows, all of whom score on the play. Phillips has had a huge year for the Arrows. West V comes back. Too much power in that lineup to keep him down for long. Casey DeGroat to double. Steve Fell scores. Tied at 6 in the 6th. That's where it got interesting. You be the umpire. Joey Davidson tried to score from third after the pitch got away. Called out at home. The entire place literally erupted, went bonkers. Half the folks were happy, half the folks were outraged. Craig Groh pleads his case to no avail. Game was still tied, 6-all in the bottom of inning number 6 until John Wiggins went wild. Bases loaded shot over the right field wall for a grand slam, the game-winning slam. Vikings rally for the game's final 9 runs. Final score was West Vigo 10, Sullivan 6. This game could have literally gone either way. How about some high school? West Vigo Vikings battled the only team to beat them 1 year ago. That's the Northview Knights. It was in last year's sectional opener that the Knights knocked off the Vikings. The Vikes would get out to the early lead thanks to Kevin Egley, grounder in the hole into left field. Barry Warren was on second base. He runs the bases well. 1-0 Vikings. Bizarre couple of at-bats for Northview. The Knights prove it doesn't matter how a base hit looks in the scorebook. This is a single off the wall. Whatever it was, goes as a base hit. An RBI base hit ties the game at 1. Then Brad Pierce, rocket of a shot to first. Tremendous defensive stop by Michael Long, but Pierce was hustling on the play. He gets to first base first. That allows another run to score. And Northview surprises West Vigo. The Knights have a great team, though. Final score was Northview 9.
They did play. They did about as well as I did on the Powerball tonight.
Uh-oh.
I didn't win, so I'm here.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll see you around tomorrow.
All right. I want to know if we get a piece of Mark's check if Goodyear wins the pit competition. I think he should split it 3 ways. Well, the last time the Vikings and the Knights of Northview played against each other, Northview ended West Vigo's perfect season. Tonight, the two collided once again out in West Vigo. We head there. Bottom of the 2nd. No score. Kevin Egley with the base hit to left field. Barry Ward will score. Trust me, he scores. West Vigo leads it 1-0. We go to the 3rd. Northview will tie it up, starting with the double. Bang. Right center field. I just love the little bing off the aluminum bats right now. How far do you think Mark McGuire could hit one? That's a double right there. Ties it up. He'll come up with a single right there. Just find some area. As they did last year in the sectionals, the Knights took advantage of everything. They'll score it on the wild pitch. 3-1 Northview in the 3rd. They explode for 5 runs in the 3rd inning and win this one by the score of 9-5. Out.